Well, hey there everybody, and welcome to Will's World. My name is Will, and this is my world. As is so often the case, it has been just a little bit more than a minute. You may have noticed that I've been actually playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2 lately, doing a lot of streaming on the YouTube channel. I needed a break. I mean, everybody needs a break once in a while, right? Aside from the fact that this isn't really generating any income for me, life has just been really busy, and streaming Red Dead was a lot simpler and easier to do than sitting down and actually composing one of these Minecraft videos. Because these things take days to do, if I'm 100% honest with you. But in any case, hopefully we had a nice little time-lapse going on in the beginning of the episode here. We've added on another section to our island. I kinda dig what we're doing out here. The last episode we did, we were out, and building Santa's workshop. It was this whole holiday special thing. But we're back on our island. We're still gonna continue doing, Will's Island Adventures, because I am having some fun with this little island here, keeping myself contained and having to, if I want to add a new structure, I have to add more land to my island. I think it's a neat structure for this section of Will's World. We've built this little extension to the island here because I want to do some building. I want to make a brewing hut right here. I'm not going to do some crazy automated redstone brewing factory, but I am going to make a cool little house that's going to be our brewing station, so we can work on getting potions, specifically water breathing potions and night vision potions, because if we head out past our nether portal here, you can see it right there. We do have a guardian temple. That is something I definitely want to conquer at some point here. First things first, we need potions if we're going to try to tackle a guardian temple. But as always, guys, I will be back in a flash. And we are back. Been a few minutes, and by a few minutes I mean more like an hour, probably. But we've made some progress. It's not much to look at yet. And I hope the time-lapse kind of was able to show you my process for building this particular structure, I wanted something oddly shaped. I wanted something, you know, a little bit weird. If you play with weird shapes, then you end up with really neat opportunities for your roofline, and it adds a lot of interest to the build. Now this is still very flat and undetailed, but it already looks pretty cool. Lots of detail work needs to be done for sure, but it's already got a neat shape to it. And all I did really was think to myself, bunch of rectangles. I just want a bunch of rectangles. And then I took those rectangles and I overlapped them on each other. And then I said, well, this rectangle is going to be this high, this rectangle is going to be that high, and so on and so forth. And as I was building, you know, the ideas just started to flow, and I think it's going to turn out really cool. And if you head around back, we have this fun bit where this bit is all wood and it overhangs out the back here. And we are going to have to detail this out a bit and probably throw in some supports coming out to these corners here just to give it a more stable look, but I like the idea of having this overhang here. It's gonna be a really neat build, and I wanted this tall, pointy, oddly shaped building to be our brewing building, like a wizard's shack or a witch's hut or something like that. You know, it's something I like building in a vaguely fantasy type style, which is just perfect in my opinion for a brewing hut, wizard's tower, whatever you want to call this. I'm not sure. Obviously still have tons of detail work to get working on, and as the sun sets, I'm going to leave you guys with that, and I'm going to get working on the detail work, and as always, I will be back in a flash. Okay guys, I am back, and some progress has indeed been made. Maybe you can see a little bit of it from here. It's been a day. Probably another hour's worth of work into this so far, if, you know, I just count from, you know, it's been off and on all day today is what I'm trying to say. In any case, let me just go over some of the things that I have done to add depth and interest to this build since our last little clip there. One of those things that I want to mention right off the bat is texturing. Before, this was just a solid, you know, stone rectangle, and you know, it doesn't look awful, but it wasn't super interesting. And so what I have done to give it a more lived in and more interesting look is I've gone in, and you can see there is a kind of pattern. There's more brick toward the bottom of the structure and the very top of the structure, but interspersed throughout all of that brick we have some, what is that, I think that's andesite. Let me double check. Yeah, andesite. We've got andesite and regular old stone in there as well. And it just gives the whole building a more textured, a more interesting look, I think. The other thing that I've done is I've added these protruding windows on these two sides here. As you can see, we've got a big one up there, smaller one there, small one there, and of course we added the crenellations up top to kind of complete that tower feel. The texturing, at least for the stone, I've taken all the way around the building. So you can see I've mixed in brick, I've mixed in some cracked stone brick. The cracked stone I wanted to keep more towards the bottom of the structure, as though it's cracking under the weight of this building. Years and years and years of it sitting here. Finally, it's starting to crack a little bit. The other thing I did was having this building just floating out here didn't look quite right. And I needed some more room on the interior too, so I went ahead and did this little upside down stair-steppy section coming off of the base here, and I think it worked out okay. Honestly, it's weird looking, right? It's a little odd, but it makes sense for this structure. The other thing I did was we had a massive flat section on this side, so I've brought out this, I think it's called like a dormer, this little extra peak section coming out from the roof, added some windows, added some hanging lanterns. One of my favorite things in the game are the lanterns. I think that was a brilliant idea on Mojang's part when they added those into the game. All of that being said, I did want to bring you guys in to show you the progress that I've made thus far. We're going to do another quick cut. I'm going to work on this some more, and maybe when I bring you back in, we'll have at least the exterior of this building finished. I seriously doubt we'll get to the interior today. In this episode, we'll probably save the interior for the next episode. As you can see, there is a lot left to do, and a lot more that we can do. But I think it's going to be really cool. Hope you're enjoying so far. Give me just a little bit. You know, for you, it won't be any time at all, because as always, guys, I will be back in a flash. Well, boys and girls, I do believe that is going to be that. At least for today, anyway. We got a lot done. We got a lot done, and that is what I'm going to show you right now. So just pop back into my head real quick, because I'm getting ahead of myself. Alright, so we did some more texture variation, this time with the wood. I went in and very, very sparingly threw in some regular oak planks, just to get a little bit of that variation in the wood, which also helps to break up the monotony, especially when we've got a big section like this roof section here, where it's all one color. Breaking it up with some texture variation. I even threw some upside down stairs in there as well. Just to break up the monotony, as it were. We've got all of the lanterns hanging from the various fence posts all around. Let's go ahead and give her a fly around here. Oh, it looks so cool at night. So, as you can see, we've got a lovely little outcropping on this wall here, where before it was just flat. So that adds a lovely level of interest and also a little bit of space on the inside as well. And then over on this wall, we stacked two fairly simple window designs, but I think they do a pretty good job of breaking up that wall there. It's all about adding shapes and adding interest and trying your best, and that's what I'm doing. I'm not saying I am the best by any stretch of the imagination. I most certainly am not. And you can kind of see there's at least one section of wall that I haven't touched at all, and that's on the inside here. Woo! But then again, that's going to be really hard for anybody to see this section of wall there. Fly on over here as all the mobs are spawning like crazy. I really have to light up this little island. Ow! But we made some pretty good progress. There's no interior yet. None to speak of, anyway. I added some floors and kind of worked out where the windows were going to be, and that's about all I was able to do in the time that I allotted for myself here, so that's just going to have to be it for now. But I think we did a pretty good job, and I like it. It's a cool little addition to our cool little island. And yeah, it's going to be a really neat brewing hut thing. Picture lots of books, lots of brewing stands, lots of storage for potions and whatnot. And ingredients. You'll note that I did take down a bunch of the trees on the island, and I've worked out this little path now between all the different buildings. We'll be replanting trees later. One of the things I want to do real quick is get some get the lighting situation figured out, because as you can see, our little island's kind of a mob farm when night falls, which is not ideal, you know? In any case, guys, I do want to thank you for joining me on this adventure. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you've had a good time. I hope everything's going wonderfully. We're going to try to make more of these again, and always. This isn't my full-time gig, so I make them when I can, and I hope you like them. Let me see if do I remember how to end these things? Ah, yeah. Okay, here we go. So, all the YouTube stuff, if you like the video, leave a like, consider subscribing, comment on the video, share it with your friends. As always, yeah, that's how it goes. I've been Will. You be excellent to each other, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Bye.